Hey guys, Andrew here with DrewFit. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today's video topic, burning belly fat, or really burning fat in any of those hard to reach places that people really struggle with. Now, before I jump into that topic, as always, if you guys can please subscribe to my channel, like, share this video with somebody that can use this information, and also give me a follow on Instagram at DrewFit. Now, let's cover the key components here for fat burning, the big basic ones. Number one, obviously, is going to be diet. You want to be in a slight caloric deficit. So for instance, say your maintenance caloric intake is 3,000 calories. Maybe you drop down to 2,600 calories or 2,400 calories at the most. You don't want to be practicing things like intermittent fasting where, that could actually lower your caloric intake by about 1,000 calories a day. That is just not sustainable and will actually increase certain stress hormones further on down the road. And I'll talk about it later, but those stress hormones could be the main reason you're having an issue at burning fat. Another thing to keep in mind with diet is obviously you want to be hitting your macronutrients, hitting your protein, your fat, and carbohydrates, and doing it on a consistent basis, being very consistent with your caloric intake. Number two, another obvious one, is obviously a good workout program. Now, a lot of people will try to sell you on this idea that, you can do these specific ab routines that are going to burn this fat. That can help build muscle and will have a slight chance at burning fat, but a lot of people that have an issue with burning fat in those areas, those hard to reach areas, it's not because they're not targeting those muscle groups with their workout program. I'll talk about that in the next topic, but for a good workout program, I recommend anything about 2 to 3 times a week doing good weight training with good compound lifts and isolation movements. And then also for cardio, I recommend doing sprints about once a week. All of those are fantastic at building muscle and helping burning fat. Now, the next topic is going to be the most crucial out of all of these for the people that really struggle with burning fat in those hard to reach areas, and that is proper hormonal production. Now, reason being is because a lot of stress hormones that people deal with, whether it's an increase in cortisol, adrenaline, serotonin, estrogen, a lot of these stress hormones, when elevated for too long, not only will it make fat burning much more difficult, but it will actually store fat in those hard to reach areas. And when they're elevated and out of whack and not being checked, it's just going to make it that much more difficult for burning that fat. So you want to make sure that your hormones are in check, regulating a lot of these stress hormones. And a few topics that we can talk about to really get your hormones in check. Number one, obviously you want optimal sleep. Sleep optimization is going to be probably the biggest player here at optimizing hormonal production. Number two, another key one, is managing stress in your life, whether it's stress at work, stress at being a parent, or stress in a relationship, whatever it may be. You want to make sure that you're getting your stress in check because elevated stress obviously increases stress hormones. Next topic is going to be diet. Obviously, I talked about this earlier. You want a diet that is easily digestible. If you're eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of crap that is irritating to your gut, this will have a direct correlation on increasing things like serotonin, increasing things like estrogen, increasing things like cortisol, which will again store fat in those hard to reach areas and make it that much more difficult to burn that fat. And the next one is sun exposure. I can't stress sun exposure enough when you're somebody that's wanting to optimize fat burning. And you want to utilize the sun appropriately. Because the sun emits so many different rays, you want to make sure that you're getting red light in the sunrise to make sure that you can utilize the blue light later on in the day, as well as getting red light in the evening hours. And you don't need to be out in it daily. Obviously, you want to build up a solar callus so you're not getting burnt every time you go out there. But 10, 15 minutes when the sun is rising, and then maybe a half hour to an hour midday, and then again another 20 minutes when the sun is setting, is going to really increase your hormonal production, put a lot of those stress hormones at bay, and also reset your circadian rhythm so you can get a good night's sleep, which will have a major impact on stress hormones and regulating of them. And another added bonus tip for burning fat in those hard to reach places, and again, I can't stress this one enough, is going to be walking. Walking at least 10,000 upwards to 15,000 steps every single day is going to have a major impact on fat burning. Reason being, you're getting a lot of movement, you're burning a lot of calories, but also you're regulating a lot of those stress hormones. I recommend going on walks out in nature if you can, go on hikes, get out in the sun as much as you can. This will have a major impact on hormonal production. A lot of the times, putting a lot of those stress hormones within a healthy range. So I hope these tips help you guys. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.